Good afternoon, everyone. I see there are still some people coming in. I hope you have enjoyed the session so far. I have talked to several of you, and this is an extraordinary group of leaders that we have today, and from across the most impactful organizations and the work that is being done as well over here in Europe, Asia, and beyond. I hope that you have gotten time to connect with each other between the different sessions, share best practices, learn from each other, because AI and agents, as they're coming in, are continuing to accelerate. And there is a lot that, we will learn from each other. My name is Varun Kacholia. I am the co-founder and CTO at Eightfold. Ashu and I started Eightfold 8 years ago after having spent over 2 decades working in search, recommendations, machine learning, and AI. We built some of the core parts of Google search, much of which all of us, benefit from today as well. After having spent this time in search, and associated areas, we started asking what is a more impactful application of AI. And that is when we thought about Eightfold. We saw an opportunity to bring the full potential of AI to employment, to careers, to help every single person realize their full potential. Partnering with all of you, we have built the Talent Intelligence Platform. Over the last 8 years, this platform has matured we started with the TA, the recruiting side, and now from candidates to recruiters to hiring managers to employees to leaders, from succession planning to sourcing to recruiting, everything, the whole platform we supported. A platform that is built with AI and intelligence at its foundation, not bolted on. A platform that empowers people instead of bogging them with business processes and workflows. A platform that helps candidates discover jobs that they might not have thought that they will be a good fit for. And a platform that helps employees identify career paths within your own organizations instead of finding similar jobs or a same job with your competitors. We strongly believe that the future of AI and agents is a lot more creativity, a lot more employment, and a lot more fulfilling careers for everyone. Today, we announced 2 groundbreaking products that I am very proud of. For me, this moment is equivalent to when we started Eightfold's Talent Intelligence Platform. That idea was very new. And I was discussing backstage, when we started talking about Talent Intelligence Platform, we got a lot of feedback that, I don't think this might work. Or I don't know if this will be a great idea. We have some enterprise systems that are today that kind of work. If we could make them slightly better, then that will be ideal. But we persevered. We continued pushing with the Talent Intelligence Platform, and today here we are. We are announcing these 2 products that I believe will serve as foundation for the next step function change. At the surface, at a glance, AI interviewer might appear as a smart voice assistant that somebody in your organization could just take a prompt, wrap it up, give it to OpenAI, ChatGPT, and say, hey, here, I have an interviewer. See, I can do it as well. But the system that we have built is anything but a thin wrapper around it. And today, I want to talk about those things so that all of you understand it, and especially the folks here who are technically deep as well can appreciate it. So let's start with the Talent Intelligence Platform. There are 3 things that I believe make Talent Intelligence Platform different. The first is the unified data layer. This is the data layer that really understands billions of career trajectories, roles, skills, titles across geographies, across industries, across languages. Second, Talent Intelligence Platform connects to your enterprise systems, to your applicant tracking system, to your HR information systems, to your performance management systems, learning management systems, assessment systems, and more. These two data sets are brought together in a very special way that leverages the public knowledge and the understanding of your organization, powered by purpose built AI models. This creates magical experiences for every single product, every single user that's using our platform. Candidates, recruiters, hiring managers, employees, leaders, they all benefit from this platform. AI Interviewer is built on the talent intelligence platform, and it really leverages the entire knowledge of your organization. Ashu in the keynote today gave a very good example of how parents know their kids best. So this platform has deep understanding of your organization along with the global knowledge of employment across the world. AI Interviewer understands your roles, not just the job description, your high performers, your talent architecture, your organizational priorities. This enables us to deliver an interview experience that is extremely personalized, at scale, and effective. You saw some of the snippets in the keynote, and that is the difference a deep AI platform creates than like a thin wrapper that can talk about high level superficial things. So, next, the same concept applies to digital twin as well. What AI interviewer was for hiring, digital twin is for working smarter, working a lot more effectively. I have talked to several of you today, and one of the common themes that I've heard is we all see that we are losing knowledge, we are losing organizational expertise as people move across teams. And as some people leave the organization, this is one of the things that even as a leader in Eightfold, it gives me a pause sometimes when an expert I know is transitioning to a different team or is leaving the organization for the first time. I have seen real world use cases, even in Eightfold as we have deployed digital twin, where expertise is not lost, even if the expert moves to different teams or leaves the organization. Has been possible because we have extended our platform to connect with other enterprise systems that are available. Outlook, your communication system, Teams, Slack, project management systems, Jira, CRM systems, meeting systems, and so forth. Now, the technical folks amongst here might think that, wow, that's a lot of data. And we have done this in a way that is secure and compliant. For those who are familiar with it, we support connecting and integrating all these systems so that this data resides in your virtual private cloud. It does not leave your network boundaries. And this all is done in a seamless fashion so it works for you. Now, with this, you can reimagine many flows that exist today as part of HR ownership, whether it is onboarding, whether it is learning. Learning has been in a state where we have created content a year or 2 years ago, and that content is no longer relevant. But recreating all that content is very, very hard. With digital twin, learning can be contextual, based on the expertise that needs to be transferred, that needs to be trained. Learning can be real time as well. Or you can rethink mentorship, you can rethink performance management, or even team management. Digital twin now becomes an intelligence platform, empowering every single employee, every single day. Not just when they're looking for a new job, not just when they're looking for a new gig, not just when they are trying to explore different career paths. And this really extends our talent intelligence platform in a very, very powerful way, elevating the role that each of you will be playing in your organization. The second thing that I believe makes us uniquely positioned to do is our responsible AI framework. When building AI at scale, There are some things I believe that you have to get right from day one. Fairness, equity, transparency, auditability is built in the foundation of talent intelligence platform. And as many of you are aware, that we are highly compliant, not just with like the basic regulations and rules, SOC 2, SOC 3, ISO, GDPR, CCPA. Many vendors out there talk about these things, but we also run independent third-party audits that really certify our AI algorithms around equity, bias, and fairness. And some of you guys have done this independently with us as well, and we have passed those with flying colors. This has been possible because responsible AI has been built in from day one, and we established a framework from very early on, before we built our AI models, on how these models should use the right data, the right algorithms that allow transparency, auditability, and explainability, the right evaluation that we can do at scale. And each of your organizations, if you so choose to do it, you can do it independently as well. And finally, the right products, because all of us are humans, we have some of our own biases, and sometimes unintentionally we might influence those, like our decisions with those biases. So with some of the right products, we can reduce those biases. This framework has not only allowed us to be compliant, but we have been thought leaders in this area. We have worked with many of you around Works Council. We have shared with you our readiness around EU AI Act, and we are part of several multi-stakeholder AI consortiums, working with governments, working with academia, and working with the rest of the industry on the bar that we should set here. I'm excited today to share an open research that we have published. I'm confident many of you have gotten questions from your colleagues or well-meaning peers that what happens if we were to take open models, the general purpose large language models by OpenAI, by Google, by Meta, DeepSeek, and use it for different use cases in our organization. It could be HR, it could be marketing, it could be sales. How would the quality of those models be? Would they be compliant? Would they be fair? And we have done a research that many of you can independently reproduce, where we compare this in the context of hiring. We compared these models with our Eightfold models, and what's the result? Eightfold's custom-built hiring models outperformed all of them, not by a small margin, by a huge margin. And in some areas, the general purpose models are flat out non-compliant, because when it comes to fairness and equity, they performed very poorly, much lower than what most of the regulations today expect the models to be. Now you might wonder why. And this goes back to the responsible AI framework that I showed. We have focused our models to use the right data, to use the right algorithms, and have this right evaluation built in from day one. If you read up on most of the general purpose models, AI safety is usually done at the end of the process, where the models are instructed to avoid certain things, to avoid responding on certain things, or respond in a certain way to be safe. And this is fundamentally the difference between our AI process and what you see out there for the general purpose models. So I am confident with the tens or hundreds of billions of dollars spent in AI, all of this will improve. I just want to highlight this, that we have been innovating on this for the last many years, and I'm proud that we have established a category leadership in this area. Last but not the least, we have designed our platform for scale. We have worked with several of you here, in rolling this platform incrementally as it works for you, in meeting you where you are in your transformation journey. whether it is Microsoft, NVIDIA of the world, whether it is EY, whether it is Ericsson, Siemens, many folks over here have rolled it out slowly, working with a complex geographic organization that all of you are here. So our platform is built to scale. Our platform supports millions of employees across continents, languages. Last I checked, we support 45 languages. And this is not just the UI. The UI part is relatively easier to do, but this is also the AI. If I were to compare even my time at Google, Google's language support was not as elaborate, and now Eightfold also supports cross-language AI recommendations, which is actually important for a lot of you in Europe, where there are multiple languages adjoining to each other. United States is still easier. Everybody speaks English, and that works out pretty well. But here it is more complex, and we support it. So we have built our platform to support global complex organizations, and we are proud to partner with you in deploying this for you. We have brought the same ethos to building these two new products that we are announcing today. On the AI interviewer side, we rolled this out at Eightfold, and we started with one single rec. This is where our team built the confidence. They iterated on it, that yes, actually this works really well, and next time I should do something more here. From there, we expanded to multiple recs. Soon it was the entire function that was running through AI interviewer, and now every single candidate interviewing at Eightfold goes through AI interviewer. And the response is overwhelmingly positive. The one thing that I'm confident, and actually that I've heard today from many of the speakers as well, is iterate and find ways to learn during this iteration, especially as you adopt AI platforms or any new technologies. Any platform that allows you to iterate is the best way to go forward. The same thing we have built for digital twin as well. One of the customers today mentioned that yes, they see a very easy path where first you could start with a digital twin of yourself, where the twin, you only have access to your data, and digital twin becomes a powerful super administrator, super assistant for everyone. That's it. Nobody else has access to that twin. You build comfort with that. Then you go to the ex-employee use case, which is the onboarding one, or somebody who's transitioning. You get access to the right data of that person. From there, you expand it to a function, and finally, the entire organization. This way, you build an intelligence, a knowledge platform that is compounding over time and not losing knowledge over time. We support this. This is fully rolled out with Eightfold and with a few other of our early partners, and we'd be very glad to partner with all of you in seeing how this works for you as well. Last but not the least, we believe that the future is AI and people working together. I know there's a lot of anxiety amongst all of us that is the future just AI agents doing all the work? But we all in this room and beyond bring creativity, bring aspects to it that makes AI better. And hence, AI and people will be working together to do even more better things to create abundance. And I strongly believe it will create more employment and more fulfilling careers. I am confident if you look back a generation or even 2 generations ago, many of us would say our careers are more fulfilling than those 100 years ago. And I hope that our kids would say the same, that, oh boy, those who are my parents or my grandparents, their careers sucked. Now we have these tools that makes me a lot more productive, makes me a lot more creative, makes me bring my best self to work and make the society better. We are honored to be partnering with all of you in engineering this future. Thank you very much.